two of the world's best in a best-of-3 title fight. And it's going to start with your surfer in blue, reigning world champ Soleil Errico from around the corner here in Malibu, California. Nose ride, beautiful turn, straight back into the power source of this wave. It's a little runner through the inside section. She's back on the nose, right behind her. Kelis, Kaleopa'a, just two of the smoothest, most beautiful surfers to watch. Their styles are just impeccable. They've got all the technique, and they've got the waves to perform on. One of the best styles I've ever seen in surfing. Kelis, Kaleopa'a. You go to Soleil Errico. I mean, again, nothing is out of place. Everything right there, all the way down to her fingertips. Look at the subtle details of how these two surfers do what they do, and it's as close to perfection as you can get on a longboard.
Yeah, and Soleil's edge really came in that opening fade in and the fact that she got straight into that critical 10. I really like the down carve after that opening critical nose ride, and you could see that as Kelis was up and riding in the back.
Regular to switch up midway through the wave. It's not going to be a score of consequence. As we see now, Soleil Errico, she's got a good pocket to work with here. This one running through this midsection. Just kind of react, gets quick touch of the nose there. Comes around that section. Little look back.
I like that look
subtle
back.
Little style out there for Soleil Errico. Speed burner here through the inside. She's just kind of caught in the white water. She gets right back onto the nose. 5 over. Quick 10. Hear the crowd starting to hoot and holler for Soleil Errico. She's got a big fan base on the beach. So she started with a 717. That was a bit smaller of a wave, but she pretty much did all the work she needed to do or could do on a wave of that size. That was nicely done.
Yeah, great surfing from Soleil Errico. Comes off the middle of the wave, sets a higher line with 6 steps into a 5 and a nice long hold on a lifting 10. Back into a 5, and then you can see the opportunity to accelerate because she's in the middle of the board.
2-minute warning is about to run through the water as Kelis waits out the back. Soleil Errico activates on an insider here. Gets straight to work. 5 over the nose, 10 over. Nice extended nose ride there on a tiny little wave, but it's a perfect tiny little wave. Cross-stepping, style, grace on display. I mean, from the tip of her toes all the way to the very end of her fingertips, right? It's all just...
Yeah, this was a smaller wave for Soleil, but look at the way she surfs it. Straight up there with a high line, 4 steps into a 5, and this is a great 10. Locks all 10 toes over the tip and stands really high and drops those arms down and goes into the 5 with a soul arch. Walks out, and look at the way she just accelerated off the bottom of the wave to generate trim speed and go high in the wave.
One last effort for Kelis, Kaleopa'a, and that's going to be it. So best 2 of 3 here in our title matchups. The first match goes to Soleil Errico, our reigning women's world champion, in the driver's seat with one more victory to go.
Championships presented by Tractor Beverage Company. Kelis Kaleopa'a, the teenager from the South Shore of Oahu. Right here, the #1 seed. She's in title match number 2. This is Kelis's first ride. The light-footed Hawaiian switching stance for a bit, showing some graceful footwork, and kicks out on Kaipagura along with Matt Chinaski, the waxhead. And that is the score we're going to be waiting for Kelis Kaleopa'a.
And Kelis, much smaller wave, a lot further up the point, and it hasn't even broken yet. So you have to say advantage to Soleil on wave selection so far. But Kelis, beautiful footwork, soft nature. You see her hands nice and relaxed. Just trying to kick off this heat very early. Aware that there's been a lot of lulls and big delays between set waves. So just trying to build up the momentum so she can attack in this heat. She has to win this one. And the involvement style board that Soleil's riding, hunting down the line there, getting that trim speed up, middle of the board, steering from the belly of that front third of the board, up high on the nose. See, in the midsection of the board, it's the fastest part of this board, and she's using as a reference point to get onto the nose. Beautiful arching hips and nose ride, glistening in that golden sun, tapping that one off the top. And she's just crouching forward, looking for some more on the end of this wave. And she gets a little hesitant here. And this one went way down the beach, a classic low tide first point wave. at Malibu, and she finishes clean.
The idea of getting a head start on that opening wave, staying in the prone position and paddling down the line to make sure she was in clear water, paid off for her. She won that first exchange. Here's Soleil Errico on her second wave here. Again, graceful, precision footwork. Identified just a small one here. Looks like she's going to stick with it. It's obviously just going to be a backup for that 7.5, but it's able to squeak in. A nice hang 10 there, and a little roller coaster finish.
Yeah, so a backup wave there. Perhaps Soleil also identifying the bottom of the tide. There could be a lull, and just to keep busy and ride whatever comes through, but a nice backup wave there for that 7.5.
That cup's going to be in. Here's the replay. This happened during the interview. This is the third wave ridden for Soleil Errico.
Soleil, local knowledge, picking this one up on the inside on the way back out. These waves, a little bit more south direction, but they offer a critical pocket the whole wave through. So Soleil, this is just tremendous surfing. A 7.0 for this wave, and just great timing. These waves don't slow down. They allow for constant movement. So if you're going to get a backup wave on the way back out, they're the ones you want. And allows these surfers to put on a show in those final matches without feeling like the pressure's mounting to grovel for scores. Somebody who doesn't grovel is Soleil Errico. She knows her way around this spot like nobody else.
Just smooth as could be. Nice nose ride there. A little caught up. Right behind her, Kelis Kaleopa'a. Want to get back into this. And we talked about the switching stance. Kaleopa'a, little switch stance moment back there. The foreground, Soleil Errico, background. Check out the replay starting with Soleil Errico.
Smaller wave, definitely one of the smallest ones of her heat so far, but beautiful surfing and timing. Perhaps took this one under priority just to put some pressure on Kelis, because she went the wave afterwards. But still, lovely surfing. Just what a show reel this is. Amazing first point Malibu. This is a smaller wave for the day, but expertly surfed there from Soleil. Just delicate footwork, style, flow, and grace.
Let's take another look at this.
So you can see how small this one, it hasn't even broken yet. She's up on the nose. So this one's about knee high. This would look really small in real life. So switch, walk up to nose. That was lovely. Very technical and critical. Nice turn there for Kelis. And she steps up again. And she'll go switch here, lose a bit of momentum, stepping back and falls behind the section. So smaller wave.
The mechanics, the body mechanics of really driving from your hips, no matter what board you're riding, is key to good
hips
surfing.
It's all in the hips, and it has been from the foundation days, from Duke all the way through to the hot curl era. Guys like Tom Blake, and then we think Soleil on the inside section, involvement style surfing there from Soleil.
So again, both of our surfers up and riding. Soleil taking the first wave of the set, and she is just planted on the nose. Beautiful soul arch there right behind her. Kelis in a switch stance position, clearing this whitewater. And again, Soleil Errico picking the superior wave and continues to dominate this heat.
Wow. Amazing surfing from Soleil. And it actually inspired, and it was a Hawaiian who inspired hot dogging style surfing and then went on to create the Malibu style. So Rabbit Kakai being one of the first involvement style surfers. Here we have Soleil Errico, 70 years on, executing critical longboard surfing.
Beautiful surfing with
Soleil. Soleil Errico, soul arching hang 10 as the tail buried way back in the pocket. Extremely critical nose riding on a perfect Malibu wall.
Soleil under priority, further up the point, taking a paddle, taking a look at this one. And that wave is a struggle to get into, but she fades into it here. Errico, wave number 2 of the set. And Kelis Kaleopa'a likes the look of this one.
And that would be advantage to Soleil. She sold Kelis on this by surfing up the point. Made Kelis go on this wave, but beautiful 5 and 10 combo. She's pumping this one down the line, and you can see that wave closing out. So Soleil used her experience and sold the wave to Kelis, losing priority. Soleil moved down the point and has regained priority, so you could almost say checkmate. And we can't give up on her yet. She's not giving up. Here she goes for the answer back.
Couple cross steps there, gets to a 5. Section in front of her, maintains that, has to get around this section, switches the stance to that. Some great footwork there with the cross steps, making her way back again. Utilizing the entire board, looking light on her feet. And this one ran all the way down the point, able to slash the turn back on the tail, back to the nose one more time. Kaleopa'a likely on her best ride so far.
Game on. That was amazing surfing for a smaller wave for Kelis. That was her best wave yet. Very technical. I love the use of the footwork, moving up and down the board. She's paddling down the wave, so stays nice and high. Delicate, soft footwork, the board in trim. Holding that nose ride, and here goes switch, and she holds it this time, and she waits, and it puts her high on the wave. Holding this nose ride. Now this big step forward on the nose. That big leap. That's pushing the momentum of the rocker forward on the board, allowing her to make this inside section, which she hasn't done yet. Nice carve, use of the rail, delicate, soft feet up and down the board. Wow, and it has done this many times before, and Soleil's been free surfing out here. She knows the lineup, and here we have a few waves, just as you say that, 35 seconds.
So there you go. That's the use of priority. And Soleil now crack the door open just a little bit for Kelis Kaleopa'a. Nice trim on the inside here, Soleil. That's not going to improve upon her scoreline. This is it for Kaleopa'a.
Smaller wave drawn out along the point, gets the 10, goes into switch, she's on the tail, and it falls behind.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Soleil, Errico, Kelis Kaleopa'a coming in as the #1 seed.
But it is the day. Raise up Malibu. The locals here. Alan Sarlo's on the beach. We got the whole crew down on the beach, Surfrider Beach, and Soleil Errico brought to tears as she's won her 3rd world title. She's gone back-to-back with world titles. An incredible day for Soleil Errico, and she's coming to the beach right now to celebrate this championship, this title, and this journey.